So in this lecture we will see duplication formula, and this duplication formula is also called as Legendre's formula. So in exam it can be asked that prove duplication formula or Legendre's formula, then it is one and the same. Okay, so this is the duplication formula. We have to prove this formula. Gamma n into gamma n plus 1 by 2 is equal to under root pi divided by 2 raised to 2n minus 1 gamma 2n, or it is also written as gamma n plus 1 into gamma n plus 1 by 2, that is equal to under root pi divided by 2 raised to 2n into gamma 2n plus 1. So now we will prove this property, prove this duplication formula. Okay, so we will prove. So proof. Now we have seen in the previous lecture one of the beta property. We will use that beta property. Beta m comma n is equal to 2 raised to 0 to pi by 2 sine raised to 2m minus 1 theta into cos raised to 2n minus 1 theta into d theta. We know this beta property, okay? So by using this property we will prove this formula. So in duplication formula n plus 1 by 2 is present. So in this formula we will substitute m equal to n plus 1 by 2 because we have to prove this property. So we will substitute m equal to n plus 1 by 2 and n equal to n plus 1 by 2 in this equation, in equation 1. Okay, so we will get, if we substitute m and n as n plus 1 by 2, we get n plus 1 by 2, and also n will be n plus 1 by 2 is equal to 2 raised to 0 to pi by 2 sine raised to 2, in place of m we will put n plus 1 by 2 minus 1 theta and cos 2 and also n plus 1 by 2. Again this minus 1 will remain as it is into theta into d theta. Okay, so we will get 2 raised to 0 to pi by 2 sine raised to, if you solve this then you get 2n plus 2 and 2 will get cancelled and this 1 and 1 will get cancelled. So we will get sine raised to, it can be written as 2n plus 1 minus 1. So this 1 and 1 will get cancelled. So only 2n will remain. Okay, sine raised to 2n theta. Similarly here, so we'll get cos raised to 2n theta into d theta. Okay, but we all know that formula that 2 sine theta into cos theta is equal to sine 2 theta. So if here in the place of this sine theta and cos theta, if we want to write sine 2 theta, but here 2 is not there, so we will multiply and divide this equation by here 2 raised to 2n. If we multiply this equation by 2 raised to 2n, then we can substitute, in place of this we can substitute this value. So we will multiply the equation, multiply and divide the equation by 2 raised to 2n. So 0 to pi by 2. Again here also 2 raised to 2n. That is, we are just multiplying this equation by 2 raised to 2n. So we can write here sine 2 theta. Okay, d theta. So we can write it as this 2 raised to 2n will remain as it is, 0 to pi by 2, and in place of this whole equation we can write it as sine 2 raised to n 2 theta d theta. Okay, so now here in this equation, if we substitute 2 theta as 5, if we put value of 2 theta equal to 5, here in place of 2 theta we will write 5. So if we differentiate it, we get 2 d theta equal to d5, and also limit will be changed. limit will also be changed. That is, if theta is 0, then phi will be, if we put here 0, then phi will be also 0. And if we put pi by 2 here, then 2 and 2 will get cancelled, then our phi will be pi. Okay, so limits will also change. So we get here this term will remain as it is, n plus 1 by 2 n plus 1 by 2 is equal to this term 2 raised to 2n, and limits will change, that is from 0 to pi, and here in place of 2 theta we will substitute phi, and in place of d theta we will substitute d phi by 2. Okay, so sine raised to 2n phi, and in place of d theta we will write this. Here d theta will be d phi by 2. So here we will write d phi by 2. Okay, so now there is one rule in definite integral, that there is one rule in the definite integral, that whenever you want to change the limit, that is whenever limit is 0 to 2a f of x dx, then you can change the limits to 0 to a, and you have to multiply this 2 here. Okay, you can change this limit, you can make this limit half, and you have to multiply that. If we divide this 2a by 2, then it will be a, and remaining 2 will remain, that we have to write here. Okay, so it's the rule in the definite integral that you can replace 0 to 2a f of x dx to 2 multiplied by 0 to a f of x dx. But when you can do this, if f of f to a minus x is equal to f of x. You can do such thing only when f to a minus, that is function to a minus x, is equal to function f of x. So here also, in this equation, we can see that our function is sine. So sine, and in place of 2a we have pi. In place of 2a we have pi. So pi minus x. Okay, so that will remain as it is, sine x. Okay, so in as the limit as for f of f to a minus x is equal to f of x, we can write this function will remain as it is, that is we got this, so we can replace this equation by this term. Okay, so we can write it as 2 divided by, so this is the rule. Now we will continue. This term will remain as it is, that is 2 raised to 2n 1 by 2. We are taking this 2 outside, so 1 by 2. And now we have to replace this equation by this term, so we will multiply it by 2. Then 0 to a, that is 0 to, what is our a? We have to divide this equation by 2, that is pi by 2. Okay, and this term will remain as it is. So our equation is converted into this type of equation according to this definite integral rule. Okay, so now we can write this equation as 2 divided by 2 raised to 2n. This 2 and this 2 will get cancelled, so we get 0 to pi by 2 sine raised to 2n phi Cos is not there, so you can write cos raised to 0 phi d phi. Why I have written cos here? So that we can compare it with this equation, with equation 1. So I have written here cos 0 phi. Okay. So according to this equation, when we are getting 2n, whenever we are substituting n plus 1 by 2 in this equation, we are getting 2n. So here also there is 2n. So I can write this equation as n plus, I am comparing this much part of the equation, that is 2, this much part is compared with equation 1. Okay. So if I compare it with equation 1, then when I get 2n, whenever I get 2n, here if I substitute value of m equal to n plus 1 by 2, I get 2n. So I can write its value as beta n plus 1 by 2. And when I will get 0, if I substitute 1 by 2. Okay, if I substitute 1 by 2 here, that is 2 into 1 by 2 is 1, 1 minus 1 is 0. So I will get here 0. So value of this will be 1 by 2. That is our m is n plus 1 by 2 and b is 1 by 2. And here 1 upon 2 raised to 2n will remain as it is. This 2 is taken in this part. So here we will get 1 upon 2 raised to 2n. Okay. So now we can write this equation as in the term of beta m comma n. We know that we write beta m comma n is equal to gamma m gamma n divided by gamma m plus n. This is the property which we proved, that in the relation between beta and gamma. So in place of this equation, I can write like this. Okay, that is gamma n divided by gamma m plus n. This is our m and this is our n. Similarly, here also there is the term beta n plus 1 by 2 comma n plus 1 by 2. Here also we will consider this term as m and this term as n. So we can write, according to this property, we can write it as gamma n plus 1 by 2 into gamma n plus 1 by 2 divided by m plus n, that is n plus 1 by 2 plus n plus 1 by 2. And here also we can write it as 1 upon this 2 raised to 2n will remain as it is, and here beta m comma n, that is gamma m, that is, what is our m? N plus 1 by 2. So n plus 1 by 2, n is 1 by 2, and here we can write m plus n, that is n plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2. So we get, and now this term and this term will get cancelled. So we get n plus 1 by 2, n plus 1 by 2 divided by this. If we solve it, then we get 2n plus 1, gamma 2n plus 1 equal to 1 upon 2 raised to 2n, and here 1 by 2 is there, gamma 1 by 2 divided by, if we solve this term, we get n plus 1, gamma n plus 1. Okay, so we can rewrite this equation as, if we take this term here and this term here, then we get gamma n plus 1 multiplied by gamma n plus 1 by 2 is equal to 1 upon 2 raised to 2n into gamma 1 by 2, and this gamma 2n plus 1 term we will take here, so it will be gamma 2n plus 1. But in the previous lectures I told you that the value of gamma 1 by 2 is under root pi. Okay, So here in place of gamma 1 by 2 we will write under root pi. So we get 1 upon 2 raised to 2n under root pi into gamma 2n plus 1, and here these terms are as it is. So this is the Legendre formula that we want to prove. We got this formula. Okay, we got this formula, but if we want to convert this formula in this form, then also we can convert it. How we can convert it? Then we know that value of gamma n plus 1 is n gamma n. Then here I can substitute n gamma n. This term will remain gamma n plus 1 by 2 will remain as it is, 1 upon 2 raised to 2n under root pi. I'm writing here, and in place of 2n plus 1 also I can write this like this. So 2n gamma 2n. Okay, but here this n and this n will get cancelled, so I will get gamma n into gamma n plus 1 by 2 is equal to, that is I'm getting property, getting this property number 1, under root pi 2 raised to this 2. If I take in the denominator part, then I get 2n minus 1 and gamma 2n. Okay, so I got this as well as this property, and hence we got duplication formula. So these are the two properties, these are the two formulas of Legendre or duplication formula. Okay, so thank you everyone. I hope you all liked my video lecture. Thank you.